The first part somehow did not get recorded. I'm doing it, I'm continuing the first part of the Cain Abel video. I ended up saying that Abel should be considered the first martyr of the church, who innocently lived a life in which he did not think evil, or he did not continually think of what his brother could have done to him. He innocently went with his brother to the field and ended up being killed. I also believe that being killed is not the final answer. Being killed is a stepping stone to another arena of life, another sphere of life. And Cain missed it. Cain, instead of that, became a wanderer, a marked man. More than being marked by society, he was marked within himself. The guilt of having killed his brother, the guilt of telling God that he was not his brother's keeper, when in fact he was the person who killed him. All of this would have had an overbearing influence on his life. How meaningless it could have become. If only he had thought better. Instead of becoming jealous, instead of premeditating evil, instead of thinking evil, instead of giving Abel the freedom of life to live his way, and for him, Cain to live his way, instead of being filled with rage and vindictiveness, if only he had thought about himself as valuable, as created in the image of God, having his own value. He forgot all these aspects. He forgot the fact that his value is not determined by somebody else. His value is determined because God has given him worth. And possibly that is also the reason why his sacrifice was not accepted. The very fact that he had this kind of a very constricted attitude prevented the openness that God wants in us. And that is what led to the whole experience of murder. All that Abel had, Cain lacked. Cain forgot that he was to love, to give meaning, to be creative. Cain did not place importance to the value of his presence on earth. He was on earth for his own reasons, as much as Abel was on earth for his own reasons. Cain, forgot all these things, missed the true essence of life, and became a very selfish, conceited, angry, disturbed person who could not walk with God. If we do not walk with God, this is what happens. The whole experience of life teaches us that we need to walk with God. What do we mean by walking with God? If you want me to be open and honest, I do not know God in that sense, in the way that I know X, Y, Z as my acquaintances. But I do know that God is with me. He is too vast and too immense and too powerful for me to know Him. How can I, merely a being, know my Creator? We know how difficult it is for us to even create a cell, the dynamics involved. Then how much more vast and immense and expansive is this universe? How much more far away would be the Creator God? So for me to know God in that sense is not possible. But to feel His presence in me, to feel His presence in creation, and to understand the experience of life as being joy-filled because I know He created me, because I know I have value and worth in me that God has given me, makes it the most meaningful experience of life. And that's what I mean when I say I know God. I know God is with me. My only sorrow would be that He doesn't come at my beck and call. That's my personal sorrow. That's what I'd say. But He's always with me. Cain forgot this, that God is with him. And God speaks to him. God speaks to each one of us. This is what Jesus tries to emphasize. And this is what the experience of believing in Jesus means. Believing in Jesus means that He is telling us God is our Creator. He loves us. The pomposity of life, how magnificent, how rich, how powerful, how strong, how tall, how short, how beautiful, how handsome, these are not issues. These are all merely external factors. The issue really in reality is the inner person, the Dehi as we call it, the soul. I am a soul created in the image of God. The physical experience is merely external. Cain could not understand this. He lived the external life, whereas the internal life that is so powerful, so strong, so meaningful, and which can bring the best in terms of creativity was lost to him. Jesus epitomizes this experience of grace, this creative love of God that we see in Jesus Christ. I welcome you to do to this experience, and know that this will be meaningful when you become the meek, when you become the humble, when you become the kind, compassionate, forbearing, loving, caring person. The beauty of life gets expressed in each one of us. God bless us all. Thank you so much.